In this edition of INN CEO Talks, joining me today is Katalin Kilflisky, the president and CEO of Goldplay Mining, which trades on the TSX Venture under the symbol AUC. Goldplay Mining is a junior exploration company focused on exploring and advancing gold, silver, and copper assets. Its properties include Scotty West Gold Project, which is in the Golden Triangle of British Columbia, and 4 Portugal copper-gold projects. Well, it was 4 up until, this morning when they announced that their company or the company presence in Portugal is now expanding. So just 2 months after going public, the company completed a significant acquisition of a past-producing, high-grade copper mine with a very exciting gold project or projects in Portugal. Katalin, thank you for joining me once again. You know, we last spoke at the beginning of April, and at that time I said you would be coming back to us with more news, which moments before recording this interview, you announced. Tell us about this new acquisition of Indice Crucial in Portugal.
Yeah, very nice to be on your show again, and absolute pleasure to update investors here. As you rightly said, 2 months ago, we've set ourselves with a very ambitious objective here. And here we are, delivering on that. So today's announcement is significant because we're adding to our portfolio projects 2 drill-ready projects in Portugal, one of which is a high-grade past-producing copper mine. And this mine actually last produced in 1975 with copper grades averaging 2 to 3% copper, at a time when copper was 55 cents a pound. In today's price environment, those projects should be fairly economical. And the reality is that really no work has been done on those projects since 1970s. And the beauty about the transaction is the transaction that we just announced, we are acquiring a Portuguese company which has secured the exploration rights directly from the government last year. So there's no middleman here. We get directly from the government the project, and here we are in 2021, where copper is soon $4 a pound. We have an opportunity to relook at those projects that are highly underdeveloped, right? So we are very excited about that. It should see us start drilling hopefully later this summer. But that's not all, as you said. There's also another really exciting gold project with some significant gold intercepts. And in the total area of the project, there's other prospects as well. And this is just one part of the story. Within this same company, there are 2 other applications, projects not granted yet, but 2 other applications of, again, very exciting gold projects in Portugal. So what does it mean for the company? Well, it means that once all this comes together, we suddenly become a significant player in Portugal. And for people that don't know much about Portugal and mining in Portugal, I just want to remind everyone that about 2 years ago, Fraser Mining Institute ranked Portugal as 5th in the world for the most attractive country for mining. Portugal is a European country, very clear set rules and norms that you have to follow, and we will be proudly be following. And then what really differentiates us from other juniors is people. And people we have in the board, in management, on the ground in Portugal. Again, as a reminder, the work in Portugal is led by our exploration manager who's based in Portugal, and is the same individual who ran the Lundin mining operations there for exploration for 7 years. So here we are, I'll call it a $10 million market cap company, being able to start growing significantly through concrete results. And that's our objective. We are not promoters, we are doers. So that's the reason why 2 months after listing here, we are doing a major acquisition, and stay tuned. We are really keen to begin work both in BC, which is ready to go. We're going to be exploring the project this summer, probably starting in August. And then later in the summer, we're going to be announcing a work program in Portugal. So exciting times for the company. And again, one more thing to remind people, look at also our advisory board. We've announced a very good suite of advisors, technical advisors to the company, led by the CEO of Skinner Resources, Walter Coles, which is a $1 billion company. So Why it's important is because we want to be able to really deliver on these ambitious growth objectives that we've set ourselves to. So very happy about this announcement, and we're getting down to begin the work.
Right. So this deal that you've structured has you sort of phasing in over about a 4 or 5 year period of ownership, starting with about 20%. Why did you structure it this way?
It's basically a very flexible transaction. It's a pure ownership based transaction. So we're starting with 20%. We can go all the way to 85% within a 4-year window. For not much, payments, we're committing about 350,000 euros, of which we already paid 100,000, and a few shares. So it's our discretion to accelerate that as we see fit. So we have up to 4 years to exercise it, but don't be surprised if we go big in Portugal. We can go boom, done 85%. Here is the money, here is the shares. We got 85%, and then the remaining 15% can be bought anytime we want for $2 million. So should there be a mine and enough, potential for beginning a production, $2 million gets us 100%. So everything is structured wisely and allows limited dilution to the company so the shareholders can enjoy the upside.
So you talked about the copper project in particular in Portugal, and I think that this is worth focusing on because at the time the price of copper was a fraction of what it is today. We're just coming off the all-time high of $9,100 a ton, and with the demand for copper continuing to increase and the move to electric transportation in Europe, do you see the market and the demand for copper in Europe continuing to expand?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, currently Europe is importing most of its copper, and where it is produced within Europe, some of which already is produced in Portugal, right? So there is an absolute and clear need for copper being produced within the European Union. So we are and that's the reason why the government has provided this project to our seller basically last year to advance, right? So here is the government saying, look, take it, advance it. And can you permit things in Portugal? Yes, you can. There is actually the seller of our project has just permitted another gold mine in Portugal last year. So you can get things done, and we also have, through the acquisition, a very solid partner in Portugal yet again. It's somebody that is becoming our partner really, and through that more and more opportunities hopefully and more ways to advance things in Portugal. So very keen about the future here, and we want to really give it a serious exploration plan, and we're going to be announcing the details of that hopefully within the next weeks.
Well, okay, then that leads the question that so many people who are looking for where do I put my investment dollars be asking themselves right now. They can take a look at your stock this morning and go, well, it's attractively priced. Why, from your perspective, is now a good time for investors to be looking at Goldplay?
Look, you always want to get into the games early, right? So here we are 2 months after being listed with $2 million still in the bank, a market cap of $7-8 million. Now yet a significant acquisition. Do you want to risk some money? You have to do your due diligence, but I think we do have the track record within our team and management and advisory board to deliver significant shareholder value. And you mentioned one interesting thing about copper being 55 cents and now $4, and why not a pound? That's exactly the model that Skeena Resources has done. Look what they've done. SK Creek Mine produced, when gold prices were way, 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 way lower. So what did they do? They've ramped up exploration. They defined more ounces. Now it's $1 billion market cap going in production. Same concept here. I hope it will be the same scale. Probably it's not the same scale as SK Creek, but that's the concept, right? You're looking at projects that have produced up until the 70s, 80s. Nothing has happened with them since, because don't forget, metal prices were low for many, many years. So yet now we have an opportunity to relook at those projects, money in the ground, and hopefully hopefully bring new mines online. So that's very exciting.
So next steps right now that as an investor I want to be taking a look at. What are the next steps that are critical as your company moves forward that you say, pay attention to this, and then we'll be back with more more news?
Really simple. The work is going to start now both in Scotty West, so you stay tuned for results there as we go through the project in the summer. And hopefully before that, we'll be announcing more details about Portugal, how much drilling we're going to be doing, where we're going to be focusing, what are the plans, and why not. So, with those projects that we acquired, don't be fooled. There's huge amounts of data that come with it. So, we do have a lot of information. So those are not, those are brownfields projects, right? So we're going to have a lot of news, hopefully, coming out of our plans and the historical data and what we see as the future of those projects. So we will be planning to update investors regularly and have a constant news flow as work is being planned, and after that as work is being completed with results and why not. So this is game on now for Goldplay mining.
Right. Well, I'm going to anticipate that is you signaling, look for us in a couple of months to come back and give you updated information.
Absolutely, or even sooner as we get really busy here working on things.
Well, wishing you great success. Thank you very much for your time today.
Absolute pleasure to be on the show, and hopefully we'll have a chance to update you again once we get more things done.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.